On October 6, 2025, everything you thought you knew about the UK bus pass system will change. Millions of people will wake up to find that the rules have shifted. Some will gain new benefits, while others may lose out entirely. Will you still qualify? Will your pass still work? Or could you suddenly be paying full fare? Stay tuned, because in the next few minutes, I'll break down exactly what's changing, who's affected, and what you need to do right now to avoid being caught off guard. Welcome to UK Insight, now your trusted guide for pensions, benefits, and senior living in the UK. Stay informed, stay supported, and enjoy your golden years with confidence. Subscribe now and join the community. Let's start with the basics. At present, in England, people can claim a free older person's bus pass once they reach the state pension age, which is currently 66. In Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, the rules have been slightly different, often more generous, with eligibility beginning at 60 in many cases. But this patchwork of rules has created confusion. Two people of the same age, living only miles apart, could have completely different entitlements. The government has argued for years that the system needed to be modernized and unified. So, what's happening on October 6, 2025? The first major update is the introduction of a nationwide eligibility framework. For the first time, there will be one standardized set of rules across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. No more postcode lottery, no more confusion, at least in theory. But here's the catch. The eligibility age is being aligned with the state pension age. That means if you're 60 now and expecting to receive a free bus pass soon, you may have to wait longer. If the pension age rises in future, which many experts believe it will, bus pass eligibility will rise alongside it. This is a major change for thousands of people who are counting down the years until their 60th birthday, expecting free travel, only to realize they'll need to wait until 66 or even 67. Now, let's talk about disability passes. The new system still protects those with eligible disabilities, and in some cases, it actually expands support. For example, the criteria for people with hidden disabilities, such as severe mental health conditions or cognitive impairments, are being clarified and broadened. Campaigners have long argued that invisible disabilities were being overlooked, and from October, these changes should make access fairer and more inclusive. Another big shift is the digitalization of bus passes. At the moment, most people carry a physical plastic card. From October 6, new passes will be issued digitally by default. That means you'll be able to access your bus pass on your smartphone, your smartwatch, or even through a linked bank card or payment app. For those who aren't comfortable with technology, don't panic. Physical cards will still be available on request. But the move to digital is being driven by a desire to cut down on fraud, make renewal easier, and ensure quicker verification on buses. This leads us to another crucial update: fraud prevention. The Department for Transport has revealed that an estimated tens of millions of pounds are lost each year through misuse of concessionary passes. This includes people using someone else's card, failing to update expired photos, or even using cards belonging to deceased relatives. Starting in October, new security features will be introduced. Digital passes will include QR codes and live verification, while physical cards will carry upgraded holograms and expiry checks. Drivers and inspectors will also be given new training to spot misuse. Now you might be wondering, why are these changes happening now? The government says it's about sustainability. The cost of the free bus pass scheme has ballooned in recent years, with an aging population and rising transport costs putting pressure on public funds. By tightening eligibility and modernizing the system, ministers claim they can protect the scheme for the future, ensuring it remains viable for those who need it most. Of course, Critics argue this is a thinly veiled cost-cutting exercise. Charities supporting older people say raising the eligibility age will leave many in limbo, especially those in their early 60s who may no longer drive but can't yet afford frequent bus travel. There are real concerns about isolation, especially in rural areas where buses are already few and far between. Some campaigners have warned that these changes could have a serious knock-on effect on mental health, social inclusion, and even the ability of older people to attend vital medical appointments. Another part of the update you should know about is the renewal system. Currently, many passes are issued with a long expiry date, sometimes 5 years or more. Under the new system, most passes will need to be renewed every 3 years. Renewal will be simpler for digital users, often happening automatically through an app or online portal. For those who use physical cards, local councils will continue to manage renewals, but with stricter ID and residency checks. Now, let's look at what this all means in practice. Imagine you're turning 60 next month. Under the old rules, if you lived in Wales or Scotland, you could expect to receive your bus pass almost immediately. But under the new unified system starting October 6th, you'll need to wait until you hit state pension age, currently 66. That's 6 extra years of paying full fares, which could amount to thousands of pounds in travel costs, depending on where you live and how often you travel. On the other hand, if you're someone with a hidden disability that wasn't previously recognized, you may now find yourself eligible for a concessionary pass when you weren't before. This could be life-changing, opening up independence and opportunities that were previously out of reach. Let's not forget another important detail: time restrictions. In many areas right now, bus passes are valid from 9:30 am until 11 p.m. on weekdays, with full access at weekends and bank holidays. From October, these rules are being reviewed. The government has signaled that it wants to maintain the 9:30 am start in most regions, but some local authorities will be given new powers to introduce off-peak restrictions to help manage overcrowding and costs. This could mean, for example, that free travel may only be available after 10 am in certain busy cities, or not valid during evening rush hours. Again, the details will vary depending on your area, but the key point is, the rules will no longer be entirely uniform across the board. Let's talk about how to prepare. If you already have a bus pass, the first thing to do is check the expiry date. If your pass is due for renewal around October or later, you may be asked to switch to the new system sooner rather than later. If you're not tech-savvy, it may be worth speaking to family, friends, or even your local council about how to set up a digital pass, just so you're not caught out. For those nearing eligibility age, it's important to manage expectations. Don't assume you'll qualify at 60 anymore. Check the state pension age calculator online and plan accordingly. If you're budgeting for retirement, factor in the cost of bus fares for those extra years before your pass kicks in. And for families and carers, the message is simple: spread the word. Many older people may not be aware of these changes until it's too late. A neighbor who expects a bus pass at 60 might suddenly find themselves confused and frustrated when they're told they'll need to wait another 6 years. The more people are prepared, the smoother the transition will be. Thanks for watching UK Insight Now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with other seniors who need this info. See you in the next video. Stay well, stay informed.